Well, happy Tuesday and welcome to VA Careers Live. My name is Mike Owens and I'm a national recruiter for the Veterans Health Administration, as well as your host for our weekly segment, Talk About It Tuesday. Now, if you're watching for the first time, I want to let you know that we are here every Tuesday. That's right, every Tuesday at 12 noon Eastern Time. So feel free to join us each Tuesday. Grab some snack, grab something to drink, and join us as we talk about careers at VA. Now, again, if you're joining for the first time, or you've been with us for the last 3 years, as always, we appreciate you joining us and we appreciate you being with us. But we do want you to be part of the broadcast. We do want to hear your feedback. We want to see your questions. And we also want to be able to comment on your feedback and answer your questions. So, again, if you have any questions that may arise throughout the episode or even after the episode is done, leave those questions and comments in the comment section below. Our team will get through those questions and comments throughout the day and throughout the week to make sure that all of those comments are addressed and all those questions are answered. And lastly, we all know someone who wants to work at VA. I know a lot of you are trying to get your spot inside VA, but we all know someone else who's trying to get inside the VA. So we ask, and we a big ask that you please share our broadcast. Again, hit that share button. We have two hashtags that are associated with this broadcast. That's hashtag VA Careers. Again, hashtag VA Careers and hashtag Work at VA. So those two hashtags again, hashtag VA Careers and hashtag Work at VA. Hit that share button and let's get this information out to as many people as possible. So, uh, happy Tuesday. I know most of us are coming off a long weekend. We had the Memorial Day weekend that we just commemorated. So I hope everyone had a good weekend. I hope everyone took some time to honor those who paid the ultimate sacrifice in their military service. Those are our highest heroes, and we appreciate them. And we wouldn't be where we are without their ultimate sacrifice. So happy Memorial Day to everyone out there. But before we get into today's topic, I don't know why the subject of coffee just popped up in my head. So, for all my coffee drinkers out there, so yes, I am a coffee drinker. Do you prefer to make your own coffee at home in the morning, or do you rather go out to a local coffee shop, Starbucks or PJ's, or what's your mode of coffee? Do you like it hot? Do you like it cold? If you're a coffee drinker, just go ahead and put what type of coffee makes you feel the best in the morning. And I'm excited. I'm more of a regular black coffee type person. I have my own Keurig here. I just pop that K cup in every morning, and I make my coffee. There's a brand down here in the New Orleans area called Community. I'm not sure if anybody else has Community coffee in their neighborhood or their city, but yeah, I have Community coffee, and I just pop those K cups in every morning. And I like to have a cup of coffee every morning. Sometimes I even have my afternoon cup around 2 o'clock. But if you are a coffee drinker, how do you like your coffee, or what type of coffee makes you? And there's no right or wrong answer. Just what type of coffee makes you happy in the morning, whether it's coffee that you make at home or coffee that you go to a coffee shop. And if there is a coffee shop out there that you like to patronize, go ahead and put that coffee shop in the comment section so we can all go try it out and try to see what makes you happy. So again, thank you for watching, and we'll get into today's episode. So today's episode is about relocating to your perfect VA job. Now, today we're going to talk about it from the aspect of you've already interviewed, you've already been selected for the position. Now you're trying to figure out, how am I going to get from where I live now to where my future job, or the job that I received that final offer on. All right. So the first thing, if you've interviewed for a position and you've accepted it, you've gotten a final offer, and now that job is maybe across the country, or maybe it's near, maybe it's just a state away. But no matter how great the distance is between where you're living and your new job, there's always some things that you need to think about. And so the first thing that I would ask you to do is, and you've probably done this at this point already, but I just kind of like to go back and reiterate it. Go back to your HR office, or look at the announcement of the position that you got selected for, and see if if the VA or that particular facility or program office, see if they offer relocation assistance. Now, relocation assistance can look like so many different ways. It can be a reimbursement system. It could be, it just depends on that facility, whether they give you the money up front or whether they give it to you on the tail end. But there are some VA facilities and some program offices that will offer relocation assistance to certain candidates. So if you are moving, if you have to move for your next VA position, the first thing I will ask you to do is make sure you talk to your HR office, make sure you talk to your hiring manager to see if you are eligible for relocation assistance so you can get that. That always makes life a lot easier. It may not make life perfect, it may not make the move perfect, but it make it a little bit easier on you, so you don't have to put so much of your personal effort into relocating. So again, if you are moving, if you have selected your perfect VA position, but you are moving to a different location because that's where your job is, just make sure that you see if they offer any type of relocation assistance. All right. My next thing is, make sure that you're able to negotiate enough time for you to actually move to that new location. A lot of times when you do get a position that's not where you currently live and you have to move, obviously the hiring manager knows that. They know, okay, if you live in Pennsylvania, if you live in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and you work at the VA in Philadelphia, but now you're moving to the greater Los Angeles. So that's cross country. So the hiring manager knows that, okay, this person needs enough time to pack up their life from Philadelphia and go over to greater Los Angeles. Or let's try a rural area. You got to go to Topeka, Kansas. All right. So let's say you got that position in Topeka, Kansas. You're moving from the big city. You're going to that nice rural area. And for a lot of people, that's a big, not just moving, but that's a big change, going from the city life to the rural life out in Topeka, Kansas. And the first thing you want to do is, outside of seeing if there's relocation assistance available, you want to make sure that you can negotiate enough time to be able to move. Don't try not to make your start date within a week, because obviously there's a lot that goes with moving. We've all moved. Some of you have moved to different cities multiple times, and there's nothing ever goes as planned. You may think you have all your I's dotted and all your T's crossed, and then something always goes wrong. And you always have to make sure you have enough time planned to make sure that you're not trying to start a job and trying to iron out wrinkles in your moving situation. So from that move to Pennsylvania to Topeka, Kansas. And if you live in the Topeka, Kansas area or in the Kansas area, give us a shout out in the comment section. We'd love to hear from our folks that are living out in the Midwest, particularly in the Kansas City, the Topeka, Kansas area. But yeah, make sure that you have enough time in between your move. Don't move. Don't have your start date a week later from your acceptance, and make sure that you can negotiate a couple of weeks or maybe a month or so. That, of course, you'll have to talk to HR. You have to talk to your hiring manager, but in most instances, they'll give you enough time to be able to move from your current location out to where you're going. All right. The next thing I would also ask you to do, and if you have the time and the resources, if you are moving from Philadelphia to Topeka, Kansas, obviously, like I mentioned earlier, it's a different pace. The Midwest is different from coming from a major city like Philadelphia. Visit the area. Take some time, even if it's just a weekend. Take a weekend trip out there. Go walk around. Talk to the locals there. See what areas are the best place to live. Go visit the VA facility that you're going to be working in, where your new job is being held, and just kind of get some familiarity with the environment that you're going to be moving into. All right, especially if you never lived in that type of area, and especially if you're moving to an area that's quite different from the area that you're coming from. And that could be vice versa. You could be living in Topeka, Kansas now, and decide, okay, I just accepted a job in the greater Los Angeles area. And guess what? Now you have to get used to learning how to live in a big city. And everybody, we're human beings and we can acclimate very easily. But if you are moving to a different area, I would recommend that you go and take a weekend, take a couple of days, and go visit the area where you're moving. Especially if you have accepted the final offer or gotten the final offer and you accepted it. Go check it out. Go check out the VA facility. Go check out the office that you're going to be working in. And just, a good, nice little meet and greet. Now, obviously, after the weekend, the facility may be closed, or your office may be closed, but if you decide to take a visit to your new area during the weekday, yeah, I would say go to the facility, check it out, walk around, see where your new office is going to be. There's nothing that says that while you're in the onboarding process, you can't visit where you're going to be working. All right. Once you've accepted that final offer and that final offer has been made, you can go and visit, especially if you want to get acclimated to an area, especially if you're moving to a different city. So yes, go visit the city, go visit the area where you're moving to, and yeah. And the next thing to kind of caveat that or piggyback off of that, I sound like a military person saying, let's piggyback off this. Let's piggyback off this last saying is when you visit, start building a network in the area where you're moving. Start talking to your future coworkers. All right. Talk to your hiring manager, talk to your coworkers, talk to the people that are going to be working with you in your future position, and try to find out where's the best place to move, where's the best area to move, what highways or interstates have the most traffic, how long is the commute from where I may be living to where I'm working. If you have a family, you have kids, ask them where's the best spots to entertain kids, where's the best schools, where's the best nurseries, where's the best whatever situation you're in. Make sure you network with those that in the area where you're moving, so you can kind of have a easier transition. No transition is ever smooth, but if you start networking and you start finding out this information prior to getting to your new city, it can make it a little bit easier if you've already talked to people about the best schools, the best places to live. What's the commute like in the morning? What's the commute like in the evening? Where's the best place I can bring my kids to entertain them? Where's the best movie theaters? Where's the best restaurants? If you find that type of stuff, where's the nearest grocery stores? What is the best grocery store? Just little things like that you may not think about prior to moving to your city. It would be a good idea to start thinking about that before you make the move. All right. Again, and just like I said, start talking to your coworkers. Start getting the feel about how the facility is. Again, once you accepted that final offer, you're basically a VA employee. There's a few steps you have to go through the onboarding process to finalize that transition from becoming for coming into the VA as a new employee or even as a transfer. There are some processes you have to go through, but once you accepted that final offer, it's okay to reach out to the people in the office that you're going to be working for, because you've already accepted the offer. They've already given you the offer. You've already said, hey, I'm willing, I'm accepted, I'm gonna work in your office. And it's okay to go and talk to those new coworkers, talk to that future hiring manager, so you can kind of get acclimated before you actually get there. Now, obviously, you can't fully acclimate until you're actually moving there, working there, living there. But it's okay to ask them about the facility where you're going to be working at. Again, it's okay to ask them what are the neighborhoods like. It's okay to ask them, what are the best schools, what are the best supermarkets, what are the best grocery stores. There's a lot of different things. There's a lot of uncertainties about moving to a new city, especially if you're moving for a new job. But again, network with those future coworkers. Find people around that area that you may know and ask them what the area is like. Visit the area. Again, if you know you're going to be moving from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Topeka, Kansas, and you know that you have accepted a job there, take a couple of days and go. I know I said a weekend earlier, but if you can do it during the week to where you can go to the facility and see how the facility functions throughout the week, to kind of get a better gauge of what type of environment you're stepping into, which we're coming to the VA. It's a very good environment. There hasn't been a VA facility that I've been to that I've walked around and said, you know what, I would not want to work here. And I've been to a good bit of VA facilities in my travels with the VA, and each one of them has its own unique distinction. And they've all been environments that I would say, you know what, I would actually love to work here. So again, if you tuned in, if you just joined us or you joined in after the discussion started, we're talking about different tips different things you can do when you've been offered a VA position, but it's in a different city. So now you have to move. So just to kind of recap again, see if that office or that VA facility offers relocation assistance. Second thing is visit the area. Visit the area to see what it's like and see what type of situation you're stepping into. Network. Ask your future coworkers what the facility is like. Ask them about uh, the things that would be necessary for you in the city. So if you have kids, ask your coworkers about schools, grocery stores, everything that you need to function in your new city. If you have friends or relatives that have lived in that city before or currently live in that city, again, use them. Ask them. Ask them what are the best neighborhoods, because obviously we want to live in the most safe places when we do move, and we may not have that information because we're coming to the area for the first time. But talk to the locals there or talk to your coworkers there, and most importantly, negotiate enough time to be able to do the move and not have to worry about moving while starting the position. So again, once you've accepted that final offer, and you have to move halfway across the country, or maybe you have to go totally across the country, make sure that you negotiate enough time to be able to move before you start your position so that you can get settled, you can move, and if there's any hiccups or wrinkles within the moving process, you can iron those out without having the stress of figuring out your first week on the job. So try to get there, try to get moved in, try to get acclimated, and then start your new position. So with that, I know today is kind of a shorter episode, but I hope this was able to help you. Again, the question of the day was, if you are a coffee drinker, you drink coffee in the morning, how do you like your coffee? There's different answers you can have for this question. Do you like to make your coffee at home? Do you like to go to a local coffee shop? If you do like to go to a local coffee shop, what is the name of that coffee shop? Because I'm sure there's people in the comment section that would like to go try it out. What type of brand of coffee do you drink? If you do make it at home, how do you like your coffee? So for all coffee drinkers, how do you normally have your coffee in the morning, and where do you normally have it? So go ahead and put that in the comment section below. As always, we thank you for watching, whether you watched us for the first time today or you've been with us for the whole 3 years that we've been broadcasting on these Tuesdays. We appreciate it. We hope that you share our broadcast. We're excited to bring you this information week in and week out. And with that, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next Tuesday.